We are officially in Week 10 of the NFL season. Could you believe it? Week 10. And the Patriots are back on the road after at home for a couple games. And they're heading down to Tampa Bay. And this team is no team to be messing with. You see the record, 6-2 versus 7-2. The Bucs are actually minus 2.5 point favorites. It's the home team, but this is going to be an incredible, incredible matchup. And for the Patriots, we know everybody talking about how easy their schedule was. Well, this week, it's not going to be easy. This is going to be the toughest game yet for the New England Patriots during this 2025 season. I know you played the Buffalo Bills and it's a division matchup, but the Tampa Bay Bucs are not to be messed with. They are trying to be Super Bowl contenders. Last week, you played the Atlanta Falcons. They are kind of just borderline good. Browns, terrible. Titans, terrible. Saints, terrible. Now you're going up against a true gauntlet of the NFC. And I think this is going to be a true test for the New England Patriots, but I think they're going to come ready. I think that Mike Vrabel and his boys are going to come ready. Did you know that 41 players practiced on their day off? They know how much this game means. And we're going to break it all down. But before that, we're trying to get to, this is actually, the numbers aren't updated. We hit 35,000 subscribers. It's all good. We hit 35. That's how good you guys have been. Last week it was at 34. We're at 35,800 subscribers. We are just around 200, about 180 away. So let's keep the streak going. Let's keep this channel rolling and show that we're the best Patriots YouTube channel on there. So go ahead, if you want content daily, hit that sub button right now. Talking about the Buccaneers this season, they've been dominant. I mean, you beat the Falcons on a game on a field goal. Younghoe did miss it to tie it. Texans W, they came out. That was an amazing fourth quarter comeback by Baker Mayfield. With no timeouts, he went down the field and he literally just put him on the table. You beat the Jets. You lose to one of the best teams in football, the Eagles. Then you beat the Seahawks, who I consider one of the best teams in football. Now they just got Rashid Shaheed. 49ers are a solid team, even though they're kind of injury prone. You lose to the Lions and then you beat the Saints. Your only two losses for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are against premier playoff teams, teams that expect to make the Super Bowl this year. And you always have to worry about one of the best quarterbacks in football. One of my favorite quarterbacks, that's not Drake May, and that's Baker Mayfield. He has led this team to the promised land, and you can never, ever count him out. You know that game against the Eagles, they were down like 27-10 at one point, and he had the opportunity to bring them back. Against the Texans, it looked like they were down and out, and he brought them back. He is having not a Drake May type season, because Drake May, in my opinion, is my MVP favorite over Josh Allen. But behind Drake May, it's Baker Mayfield, and he's having a great season as well. 64% completion percentage, almost 2,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions. We know Baker is erratic. He loves to air the ball out and throw it deep and just take chances. Well, this year, he's only thrown 2 interceptions, 98 QB rating. This is a battle between 2 MVP candidates. And I saw this picture from one of the Foxborough podcasts on Twitter. Shout out to them for making this graphic. And you can see on the left-hand side that Drake May has a lot better statistics. But right behind him is Baker Mayfield. Completion percentage, pass EPA. They're right next to each other on pretty much everything. On deep passes, play action rate, EPA under pressure. It's all Drake May, but you cannot say any bad things about Baker Mayfield. He carries this team. It's all about Baker Mayfield and this offense. But we know this offense is actually depleted with injuries. They've lost some of their offensive linemen. They've lost Mike Evans for the entire regular season. And their defense, well, their defense is just kind of meh. If you look, yards per game, 321 and 15th overall. Their passing yards, they have a bad pass defense. That's something Drake May has to really, really take advantage of. The rushing yards, well, the Patriots also kind of struggle at rush defense. If they can get that run game going, it's going to be a long day for Tampa Bay. Points per game, about 13th, and third down, that's about 16th at stopping teams. Like, this is going to be a pass-heavy game, and we know that the Bucs are a pass-heavy team, especially if Bucky Irving doesn't play. Do they want to go with Rashad White? Well, good luck, because the run offense is kind of bad, and the Patriots have the best run offense. So I think this is going to be a true shootout. I think it's going to be the first team to not score is probably going to lose this game. If you're a betting man, take the over because that's what's going to happen. Baker Mayfield probably is going to throw for over 250. Drake May is going to throw for over 250. You have to score on every single possession. There can't be punting. You have to get points on the board against this team. If you saw their losses against the Eagles had to score 30 points to win the game. And then the Lions, they kind of scored a lot of points too, but they came really close. They just dominated the line of scrimmage. But I don't think the Patriots are going to get dominated at the line of scrimmage with the offense that they have. Who you got for me? Go down in the comments section. If you're a Tampa Bay Bucs fan, because we do not have a Bucs channel here at Chat Sports, so if you want a preview, you're coming right here to Patriots Today. Go down in the comments section. Give me an NE for Patriots or give me a TB for Tampa Bay. Coming up, I got, as always, the injury report for the Bucs and for the Patriots. There's a lot of injuries for both teams, and they might be missing key players and also my keys to victory. But first, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is Prize Picks. The hard-hitting football action is even better with Prize Picks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if your picks are right, you can cash in. Prize Picks is better than the flex play, which means you could still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You could double your money even if your picks don't hit. Prize Picks is the best way to win cash this football season, but it's also the best way to win cash this basketball season, and I mixed up my lineup this week. Well, I started with some basketball picks, and I took R.J. Barrett, the more on his points, 19.5 points on yesterday's game, and guess what? It smacked. So we keep the ball rolling. Drake May, give me the more on 236.5 passing yards, and Stephon Diggs, give me the more on 54.5 receiving yards. You could download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 on lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. So about, I want to say, 3:30, 4 o'clock, the Patriots injury report came out, and we were expecting Kayshon Boutte. This is from Wednesday, by the way. Kayshon Boutte did not practice. Garrett Bradbury showed up not active, and he showed up at practice in street clothes. He did not practice. Christian Ellis still dealing with that hip injury. Josh Farmer, and we did not get an update on Ramondre Stevenson. Mike Vrabel didn't even update us, did not practice. But the big one here, Christian Gonzalez, after being in concussion protocol, he was a full participant. So he is cleared. He is good to go and most likely going to play Sunday. For the Bucs, though, Rick Stroud, who covers the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, put out this tweet when they went to practice at about 11 o'clock a.m. And you could see right here, Chris Godwin, Bucky Irving, not expected to practice today. We already know that Mike Evans is on IR, so that's another wide receiver that's going to be missed. But they're still in the rehab phase. That tells me that they're not playing. And like I said, Mike Evans is already out, so this wide receiver room is absolutely depleted. These offensive weapons, besides Baker Mayfield, are absolutely depleted. And if you look at their wide receiver room, and I took out Mike Evans and I took out Chris Godwin because those guys are most likely aren't playing, you got the rookie in Mecca Egbuka, you got Tez Johnson, who I think is also a rookie, and Sterling Shepard, the Giants reject that is kind of having slightly reviving his career in Tampa Bay, but still not a solid. That means that you're going to have Christian Gonzalez on Emeka Egbuka, you're probably going to have Marcus Jones on Sterling Shepard, and you're going to have Carlton Davis on Tez Johnson. That should be cake work for the secondary. That has to be cake work for the secondary. And the secondary is going to be a big part of this on why the Patriots need to win this game. And my first key to victory going into winning this game, and it's got to be Redzone Defense. I was looking at statistics. I was looking at just what could the Patriots do wrong if they are going to lose this game, because I want to figure out what the Patriots are going to have to be better at to win. And the Redzone Defense is something I haven't really noticed. But now when I saw this and looking back at it, 100%. We know all about the bend, don't break type of defense in New England. Well, it's bending and just completely snapping. When teams get into the red zone, the Patriots allow them to convert 75% of the trips into touchdowns. That's dead last in the NFL. Dead last. They're bad at it. If you get into the red zone, most likely you're scoring a touchdown. We saw last week after Drake May had the strip sack fumble and they took it back to the 6. 2 plays later, they threw it up to Drake London. He came down and it was a touchdown every time they get in the red zone. And for Tampa Bay, they don't really have that good of a red zone offense, mostly because they have their weapons gone. They don't have Bucky Irvin right now. They're 26 at red zone offense. So it's going to have to take good defense, specifically when they get in, because that's what the Bucs do. They have a good opportunity to get in the red zone. But if you let them score touchdowns, it's going to be a long day for this defense. Defense got to step up. And you also, the second key to victory, sticking with the defense. Because I think the offense is going to be completely fine here. But I'm mainly focusing on the Patriots defense for this game. And you got to pressure Baker Mayfield. You have to pressure Baker Mayfield. And the last 2 weeks against the Falcons and against the Browns, they have not been getting to the quarterback. This comes from Andrew Callahan. And this was talking about how I wanted to get an edge rusher at the trade deadline because of this specific reason. The last 2 weeks, just 2 sacks and 6 QB hits total against the Browns and against the Falcons. Both of them not very good offenses, and you're not really getting to the quarterback. But when you get to Baker Mayfield, when you get pressure to him, he's not as good, but he's still pretty decent. You saw last week when I showed you guys this graphic with Michael Penix Jr., how when he's kept clean, he's completing like 73, and then when he's under pressure, he goes down to like 40%. Well, Baker Mayfield, it still is over 50%. The touchdowns, he's still throwing touchdowns under pressure. He had 2 interceptions, but he's still taking care of the football. And the QB rating is still 80, not 70. That's still really, really good. Baker Mayfield knows how to handle the blitz and knows how to handle when the pocket collapses. And that's why you also need to have a spy on him, too, at literally all times. Last week against the Falcons, Patriots didn't keep Robert Spillane as a spy. And that's why at one point, he ran the ball for 15 yards. Well, Baker, he makes plays with his legs. Go watch that comeback against the Houston Texans. It was 4th down. They grabbed him. He broke free, broke it up. He rolls out right. If there's not a spy, he's getting 10 yards. And this is why. Rushing success. He has 1.3 EPA per carry, which is a 76.5% success rate when he's running the ball. That's better than Patrick Mahomes and better than who I consider one of the best rushing quarterbacks in the NFL, Josh Allen. You have to keep a spy on Baker Mayfield at all times. You can't get cute. You have to be careful of what he can do on the ground. Third one, you saw how good they are at running the ball. Well, Patriots need to run the ball because honestly, they have not been running the ball, but I thought it was pretty solid what I saw out of the 2 running backs last week. And the week before, well, Ramondre kind of looked like he was back. He had 75 rushing yards, but he's now out. Patriots have 112 rushing yards per game. That's 17th. And most of that is from Drake May. He mostly leads the Patriots in rushing. It comes down to TreVeyon Henderson and also Terrell Jennings. And we didn't see a lot of Terrell Jennings, but we did see Jennings on that final drive when the Patriots needed a first down. He got 51 snaps last week compared to 17. I'm expecting Henderson to be a pivotal part of this offense. And you just need to give him the ball. Just give him the ball in open space. We see when TreVeyon Henderson has the ball in open space, he can make man miss. It's when you rush him up the middle is when he can't really find hole. He cannot get out of contact. He uses elusiveness to break tackles, not just running over people. So just give him the ball, man. Don't give Terrell Jennings. Let him get a touchdown for once. It's actually kind of funny at this point on Twitter, all the jokes you see about TreVeyon Henderson not being a part of this Patriots offense, but he low-key is. And the last one, protect Drake May. For gosh sakes, protect Drake May. Did you know that he's the 2nd most sacked player in the NFL next to Cam Ward, and the Titans' offensive line sucks? The last 2 weeks, Drake May has just been sacked over and over and over. Against the Browns, you allowed 6 sacks. Granted, 5 of them were to Myles Garrett. But last week against the Falcons, 6 sacks allowed again. And one of those led to a touchdown. He is getting taken down so many times. And it's slightly because of the offensive line, but it's also slightly because of him holding the ball too much. And he said it in his press conference, yeah, I'm holding the ball too much, but the offensive line has to be better. Will Campbell has to be better. Mike Owenu has to be better. Morgan Moses has to be better. Garrett Bradbury, you got to specifically be better because you did not have a good game last week. I could see it bouncing back, and Jared Wilson is also struggling. Will Campbell has been your best offensive line as a rookie. I don't like that, but it's really impressive to see what Will Campbell has done, but I want the veterans to be better. You have to protect Drake May if you want any opportunity to win this game, where he's going to throw an interception just like he did last week. Predict the score down for me in the comments. Patriots versus Buccaneers. What do you got? Are the Patriots, I guess it's not favorites. Could they pull off the upset, or are the Bucs going to end this 6-game winning streak? My prediction, I said it's going to be a high-scoring game. Take the over. I got the Patriots winning this one 31-28. You go up against a top 3 defense in the Atlanta Falcons, and then you go up against number 1 defense against the Browns, number 2 defense against the Falcons. Drake May still throws for over 240 yards. You succeed. The Bucs don't have that good of an offense. I think you're going to move the ball down the field, and they're going to outscore the Bucs. Now, defense, they got to hold. But you go down in the comments and let me know. That's going to do it for the latest episode of Patriots Today. Make sure you don't miss out during our watch party. It's going to be at 12 o'clock Eastern time on Sunday. So hit that sub button right now, and let's go.